Good morning, children. Today we are going to start lecture number 3 for chapter number 1. In lecture number 1 and lecture number 2, we have already discussed about the business, what is business, and define of business, meaning of business, economic activity, non-economic activity, uh, useful of economic, non-economic activity in our routine life, right? So that all topics we have already studied. So in today's lecture, what we will study is we discuss on the topic first. Today we discuss profession, then meaning of profession, characteristics of profession, and then employment, meaning and characteristics. And in lecture number 1, we studied about economic activity, non-economic activity, difference between economic and non-economic. And in lecture number 2, we have studied the types of economic activity, then business. First type of economic activity is the meaning, definition, characteristics, objective, business risk, and causes of business risk. And then today we start profession. Before that, we discuss some topic which is important for the examination. So first one is economic activity. So definition of economic activity, then difference which is most important for the examination, please tick mark. Then types of economy में business, profession and employment. Business means any legal economic activity with motive of profit. Then characteristics, please underline these all points, please students. I refer these all topics only for you all. Objective of profit, exchange of goods and service, risk and uncertainty, creation of utility, continuance of activity, requirement of money and economic activity. Then objectives. Economic objectives. First, in economic objective, profit and maximization of wealth and other economic objective. Then social objective. In social objective, total 5 objectives are included. First one, objective of social responsibility, objective to provide employment opportunity, objective to provide quality goods and service, objective to adopt fair trade practices, and other objective. All the characteristics and objectives we have already studied in detail, so here not need to read in detail. Then business risk, right? Profit is a reward against the business risk, please underline that point. Then two types of risk, natural risk and man-made risk. Then causes of business. So first one is change in technology, second is threat of substitute product, third one is competition, fourth one is legislation, fifth one is uncertainty of demand, and sixth one is physical risk. Students, you have 5 minutes. Please refer all the head points and if possible then learn also. Now you have 4 to 5 minutes. If you have any textbook, then take your textbook and learn from your textbook. If you have not your textbook, then please learn and refer from the screen. I scroll the screen and show the head points. First, read the definition and characteristics. I scroll my screen. I'm scrolling my screen so you can see here. Now characteristics. If you have a textbook, so please refer from the textbook because textbook is a preferable than screen. Okay, done. Characteristics done. Now moving on objectives. First one is economic objectives. Please read and learn, students, please. Only head points, only head points. Now social objectives. In social objectives, total 7. First 4 here. Sorry, total 5 objectives. C. Done? Okay, good. Now business risk. Now the reason of business risk. Causes. That is reason. Please refer these causes. Okay, done. I hope we all learn this head point because it is most important for the examinations. So now we are starting today's lecture. Profession. Meaning of profession. In common parlance, profession is one kind of economic activity. So, a person with a specialized skill, knowledge, training, and professional educational render service and in return received a fees. It is called a profession. In business, provide some goods and in return receive a price of goods, that is business. And in which form of economic activity the provide a profit service due with the help of own knowledge, specialized skills, and in return receive a fees, that is called profession. Professional has to obtain the membership of the respective professional association. He has to obey the established code of conduct, that is the behavior association. For example, a chartered accountant has to have a professional qualification of CA and has to become a member of Institute of Chartered Accountant of India. Doctor, lawyer, solicitor, chartered accountant, etc. are the professional person. CA provide a accounting service, doctor provide a health service, lawyer survives a legal service, and in returns they all are receiver fees. So that is called professional. Professional skill can also be used for employment. For example, when a doctor accepts a render service in hospital in return of salary, that it is called employment. One CA is a employee in a CA firm and receive a salary, then also it is called employment. Characteristics of profession. Dear students, professional characteristics is not a head point, only in a sentence form. So you write mostly textbook words in examination, please, okay? Because if you, head points given in the textbook, then detail you can write in your own words, but here head point is not given, so you have to write the word to word points. First characteristics, a professional has to obtain special knowledge, skill, and professional education. So in this sentence, 3 point is important: special knowledge, skill, and professional education. Then is charge fees for providing service. However, the standard of fees varies as per his skill, knowledge, and experience. First one, in first point, underline specialized knowledge, skill, and profession. Then in second point, underlines the standard of fees varies. And the third point, the primary objective of profession is to render a service. Primary objective and render a service. Please underline. मैं main word tick करवा रही हूँ. Please remember these words, and it is important, and it is must you write in examination. It is an independent activity for earning. Independent activity. The professional activity has no relation with production, but it satisfies personal and business needs. For example, lawyer present a case in a court on behalf of a client and intend charge fees. It is essential to obey the code of conduct, means a code of behavior, laid down by a respective professional association, and monetary returns remain uncertain in professional, because in a professional uh, monetary return means fees is not certain, not a fix, because as per different case, as per different client, fees were varies. Okay, so total 7 characteristics of profession. uh, Important words I tell you, and you can underline: specialized knowledge, skill, and professional. Second, standard of fees varies. In third, primary objectivity and render service. Fourth one, independent activity. Fifth one, no relation with production. Satisfies personal and business needs. Then six, code of conduct. And seven, monetary return uncertain. Okay? If your sentence structure change in examination, but these all words must be covered in your answer. Okay, good. Now we are moving on next topic, employment. Before that, please read the one-time characteristics. Characteristics here on your screen. Please read it one time only. You have 1 or 2 minutes. Then we are start employment. Please, fast. Main words, please learn. Okay, good everyone. Okay, done. Very good. Let's start next topic, employment. Employment is a third economic activity. First one is a business, second a profession, and the third one is an employment. Employment means a job. It is an economic activity performed in return for a fixed salary where the work is assigned as per the contract. For example, teacher teaching in school or government employee. Right? So, wait, just now I am doing job in school and I am teacher. So it is called employment, right? So characteristics of employment: fixed salary is paid at fixed interval, monthly payment fix होता है. Then certain others benefit are available in addition to salary. For example, medical allowance, pension, etc. First one is there, the fixed salary, monthly. Payment is fixed in employment. Then other benefits is also available like petrol allowance, pension, medical allowance, etc. Then perform the assigned work as per the contract under the control of employer. If I am teaching in school, then uh, my head or coordinator gives some work to me, and school assigns particular subject to me, and I teach only a particular subject in my classroom only, right? So perform assigned work, then qualification, working hours, retirements, benefits after retirement, etc. of the employment are predetermined. A qualification, working hours, and retirement, you all know. But benefits after retirement, like a pension, okay? Pension is a uh, perfect example for the benefit after retirement. Then employment is a dependent activity. It is not independent. And a professional is a independent activity. Then both employer and employee are bound to follow the rules as per the contract. The no capital investment is to be made by the employee. In profession or in business, capital investment is compulsory, because without capital investment business cannot run. And run is not a big thing, but it cannot start without capital investment. Business cannot start. Run is not a main thing, but the starting is the main thing. But business cannot start without capital investment. And in employment, capital investment is not required. Okay. These characteristics are also important, so please read it one time. Please, students, I give you 2 to 3 minutes, and please use this time. Please utilize your time and read these points, and possible, if possible, then learn now. Okay, good. Next, comparison, business, profession, and employment. Nature of work. In business, goods and services are supplied to the customer in exchange of money. In profession, render a service with direction in return of fees. And employment, work as per the rule and contract. In business, no qualification is essential. Professional में educational qualification, training, and expertise knowledge are essential. And in employment, a qualification is also required as per the nature of job. Then return or reward. In business, it is called profit. In profession, it is called fees. And in employment, it is called salary and wages. Capital is required in business. Limited capital is required in profession. And in employment, no capital is required. Then risk. In business, uncertainty of profit and risk of loss remain in business. In professional type activity, risk of non-receipt of certain fees, and in employment risk because monthly salary and payment regularly fixed. Code of conduct. Legal provisions are to be followed in business. Then in profession, followed as a prescribed by the respective professional association, and in employment as per the rule specification in the agreement are to be followed. And in business, transfer of ownership is possible. In profession, it is not possible. And in employment, no title of ownership, because it is a employment. It has no ownership. Right? Clear? If this question asked in examination, then you have to write the points like nature of work, qualification, rewards. If you won't write, then don't get, you won't get good score. So it must be right. Okay. So you have to write in your examination this point. Please refer the points. Nature of work, qualification, reward or return, capital, risk, code of conduct, and transfer of ownership. Clear? Good. Here we done the all three economic activities: business, profession, and employment. Now we are moving on next topic: classification of business activity. In business, also three types of activities like trade, commerce, and activities. First one is trade. exchange of commodity or service in return of commodity or service, or exchange of commodity or service in return of money with the motive of profit between two persons is called trade. Please underline definition or meaning. Exchange of commodity and service. Exchange of things and service in return of same or in return of money with the profit of motive. Motive of profit, sorry. It is called trade. When you purchase a book from shopkeeper, you pay money, so that it is called trade. Here exchange of goods in return of money. When you purchase bus ticket and travel by bus, you get exchange of service in return of money paid. Characteristics, it is economic activity. There are two parties, purchaser and seller. Exchange is essential in trade. Without in exchange, you can't do trade. In exchange, you have to either money or goods, or I mean commodity. But exchange is essential. Then in trade, transfer of ownership of goods and services are done. Exchange of goods, either an amount is paid or goods are exchanged. Trade is a continuous activity. Then value of goods or service is determined in terms of money. And trade is a legal activity. Please read one time and learn also. Let's start speaking with me. Please, you all speak loudly. Economic activity. There are two parties. Exchange is essential. Transfer of ownership of goods and service. In exchange, either an amount is paid or goods are exchanged. Continuous activity. Value of goods and services determined in terms of money, and it is a legal activity. Okay, done? Good. Types of trade: internal trade and international trade. Two types of trade: internal and international. First one is internal trade. Trade among different regions within the boundary of country is called internal trade. A trader of Ahmedabad purchases a box of apple from Kashmir, or trader of Nagpur and a orange to Rajkot. These are examples of internal trade. That means in common parlance, internal trade means within the country. Within the boundary of country, it is called internal trade. And if trade between two countries, then it is called international trade. Like Japanese company selling television to Indian traders, or Kesar mango being sent from India to USA. It is called international trade. International trade includes import, export and re-export. Import, export and re-export. When some goods we sell to other countries, then it is called export. Then if we some goods purchase from other country, then it is called import. And if some goods we purchase then sell, then it is called re-export. But these three activities are with the other countries only, not within the country with the state. It must be with the other countries. Okay, here we done the trade. In trade, first is meaning, then characteristics, then types of trade, internal and international. Next topic, commerce. We start. Next topic is the commerce. Commerce is a first, second types of business. Commerce means trade and auxiliary service to the trade. These services include the service of banking, insurance, transportation, communication, warehousing, and agent. The world has become a global village from point of view of trade and its auxiliary service. Please underline which type of service including in this commerce. like banking, insurance, transportation, communications, warehousing, and agents. Here the given is the characteristics of commerce. Trade is a part of commerce. Commerce is an economic activity, a part of commerce, economic activity, auxiliary service helpful to the trade, banking, insurance, and transportation, increasing time and place utility of goods. Auxiliary services are demand oriented, and if auxiliary services are available at reasonable price, goods can supply to the customer. Okay, clear? Read one time, please. Please read the characteristics and learn. Fast, fast, please read it. I hope you all read, huh? Be honest, please. OC is very easy subject. Please learn and read. Okay, done. Good. First, we studied about trade and then commerce. Now, difference between trade and commerce. Meaning, exchange of goods or service in return of money. Commerce includes trade and auxiliary service to trade. Scope of trade is limited. Scope of commerce is wide. Trade is included in commerce. Both the parties of trade are mostly known to each other and are in proximity. And in commerce, both the parties may be at distance place and may be unknown, even though they can obtain auxiliary service. It is important difference for the examination students. Right? Now we revise all the points in of today's lecture. In today's lecture, we start from profession. Uh, when we start this lecture, we discuss about the profession, meaning and characteristics of profession, then employment, meaning of employment and characteristics of employment. Then comparison of business, profession and employment. In the comparison, point of difference is most important, like nature of work, qualification, returns, capital, risk, code of conduct and transfer of ownership. It must be right in paper. If you don't write, then you won't get good score. Then classification of business activities, three types: trade, commerce and industries. First one, trade, meaning exchange of goods and commodity in return of commodity or money. Then characteristics, then types of trade, internal, international. In characteristic, it is economic, two parties, essential, exchange, ownership of goods transfer, continuous activity, legal activity, etc. Internal trade means trade among the different region within the boundary of country. And international trade, trade between two countries. International trade includes import, export, and re-export. And internal trade includes wholesale trade and retail trade. Then commerce, meaning of commerce. Commerce includes the trade and auxiliary service to trade. Then characteristics. A part of commerce, commerce is economic activity, helpful to trade, increase time and place utility, auxiliary service are demand oriented. Then difference, meaning scope and parties. Clear? And here we done today's lecture. Okay, I hope you enjoy this lecture and understood all the topics. If you have any doubt, then you can ask me through comment. Okay, if you see this my lecture in YouTube channel, then please don't forget the like, share and subscribe. Okay, goodbye everyone. Goodbye and wait for my next videos. Lecture number 4 of chapter number 1. Okay, goodbye everyone.